GTA 6 is set to release on November 19th, 2026, and Rockstar promises a world more alive than anything they've built before. But if its NPCs ran on real intelligence, the game wouldn't just feel alive, it would behave alive. And stay until the end, because the final consequence is something Rockstar will never risk putting in the game. NPCs that think before they act. Most NPCs in games today are illusions of intelligence, simple patterns packaged as behavior. A scream here, a phone call there. But real intelligence wouldn't follow patterns, it would analyze them. Imagine walking down Vice City as pedestrians glance at you longer than normal, not because they're coded to react, but because they're evaluating your behavior. Did you run someone over earlier? Did you fire a weapon in this neighborhood last night? Are you acting suspicious? In a world powered by learning, NPCs run mental simulations before responding. A shopkeeper sees you approaching fast and decides whether to greet you, ignore you, or quietly prepare to reach for a silent alarm. A street vendor might avoid eye contact if your history indicates aggression. Even casual civilians begin forming micro-opinions of you. Every NPC becomes a thinking agent, not background noise. A city that remembers long after you leave. The defining trait of a learning world is memory. Your interactions create data points, and those data points ripple outward. If you repeatedly rob convenience stores on the east side, something subtle happens weeks later. Store owners reinforce their doors. Late-night hours get shorter. A police station opens a temporary outpost. Neighborhood watch groups patrol the streets. Your chaos doesn't reset, it compounds. Gang territories shift based on your behavior. Some gangs start recruiting more muscle to counter your aggression. Others avoid conflict entirely, building alliances or going underground. Low-income districts transform into high-risk zones where NPCs only travel in groups. Every part of the city becomes a dynamic reflection of what you've done and what you might do next. Long-term reputation, the system that never forgets. Wanted levels reset when you hide, reputation doesn't. NPCs begin to categorize you based on patterns. The aggressor. People cross the street when you walk by. Taxi drivers lock their doors. Street dealers vanish. The protector. Some NPCs greet you. Gang members hesitate before attacking. Random pedestrians might even thank you. The wild card. Civilians watch your movements closely. Police maintain distance but monitor everything. Gangs debate whether you're ally or threat. Your reputation becomes a living dataset shared across the city. Online NPC communities gossip about you. Fake rumors, misunderstandings, and exaggerations spread, shaping how strangers treat you before you even meet them. You stop being a player character. You become a myth drifting through Vice City's collective memory. Gangs that grow, evolve, and outsmart you. In traditional GTA games, gangs have fixed behaviors. They're predictable, which makes them manageable. But real intelligence changes everything. Imagine this. You ambush a gang using rooftops. They lose multiple members. Next time you attempt the same tactic, they're already aiming at every rooftop before moving forward. Their strategy adapts, not because a developer scripted it, but because their system learned the pattern. If you rely heavily on explosives, gangs evolve countermeasures, heavier armor, spread-out formations, ambush-resistant vehicles. If you consistently attack one gang, rival gangs begin to see you as leverage. They watch your movements, analyze your habits, and strike when you're most vulnerable. Your involvement doesn't just disrupt the underground, it reshapes it. Law enforcement that studies you like a criminal profiler. Police in current GTA games spawn and chase. Police in a real intelligence world investigate and predict. They build an evolving model of your behavior. Where you hide, which vehicle types you prefer, how long you stay in one area, which direction you tend to flee during chases, your favorite crime times, your risk tolerance under pressure. If you repeatedly escape by taking back alleys, officers place predictive traps there. If you love stealing fast cars, undercover cops start posing as luxury car owners. If you evade by water, marine units monitor your typical escape routes. Evading the police becomes a strategic duel, not a sprint. You're no longer outsmarting a system, you're battling something that remembers every escape and adapts to ensure you won't escape again. NPCs who talk about you, warn others, and spread information. This is where the game begins to feel unsettling. NPCs aren't isolated individuals, they're nodes in a network. They share experiences. A pedestrian warns their friend about seeing you around a dangerous alley. A taxi driver posts online about a near-death escape involving you. A gang member's cousin uploads shaky footage of your last heist. A bar crowd debates whether you're a vigilante or a menace. You don't just influence the city, you influence its culture. Urban legends grow. Some NPCs believe you're unstoppable. Some believe you're connected to powerful factions. Some believe you're possessed, immortal, or a ghost. Your presence becomes part of the city's mythology, spreading even without your actions. NPCs who develop goals, purpose, and ambitions. This is where NPCs stop being NPCs entirely. They start having desires. A bus driver who keeps getting robbed might quit his job and become a security guard. A street kid might join a gang, rise through ranks, and one day confront you as a mini-boss. A waitress tired of crime might move to a safer district, making an entire neighborhood feel emptier and safer. A mechanic might expand his business after helping you multiple times. These ambitions create emergent stories you never meant to trigger. You stop writing the story, the world writes itself. You become a character in someone else's arc. The final consequence, a world that learns faster than you can play. A world with real intelligence reaches a point where it becomes self-sustaining. NPCs coordinate without you. Gangs form alliances independently. Police solve crimes without player involvement. Economies shift based on supply, demand, and danger. Social hierarchies emerge. Political factions rise. The city becomes a simulation that can and will outgrow you. You're no longer the center of the narrative. You're a catalyst that the world studies, adapts to, and eventually neutralizes. And that's the part Rockstar would never include, because the moment the city stops needing players, you're no longer the one in control. Before you click away, which NPC evolution would you want most in GTA 6? Adaptive gangs, strategic police, or long-term reputation? Drop your pick below. And if you want more deep breakdowns like this, make sure you're here next time. The next video dives into the one game that secretly uses real adaptive NPC systems better than Rockstar.